You talked earlier about dignity of all humans, and right
Yes.
there it sounds like once you've committed a crime, your dignity is
This
gone.
is a great question. So when should dignity be removed?
I would argue never.
So, okay, let me ask you a question. So Ted Kaczynski, Eric Rudolph, and Timothy McVeigh, three people that randomly bombed American society, the Unabomber, the Centennial Park bomber, and the guy that bombed the Oklahoma City bomber, you should never take their dignity away?
Yeah, humans, as you said earlier, that like once we start defining why you should take dignity away, dignity we
Well,
start
how about
to
like murdering people?
Okay, there's a difference between allowing people to live in society and taking away their dignity.
Right, so like
Do
Ted
we agree on
Kaczynski,
that?
Unabomber, should he not be in jail?
I'm not saying he shouldn't be in jail.
No.
I'm saying that the rhetoric we use towards people shows whether we give them dignity and see dignity.
Right,
in
like
them.
Ted Kaczynski was given dignity when he was a professor until he started mailing packages around the country and started killing random children. Then it's like, okay, you're going to jail for the rest of your life. That's a good use of power.
So Charlie, when should people stop giving you dignity if you're going to have lines?
Because I'm not the Unabomber. Right?
Yeah, fair point. And do you understand where I'm saying of like
No.
if we okay. Cool. If we claim that dignity is inalienable human right or given by God,
Rights could be taken away.
okay, if
And they
dignity
should.
is given
If
by
you're a
God, can
murderer-
it be taken away
Say
by
that again.
man?
Say that again. I didn't hear what you said.
If dignity is given by God, can it be taken away by man?
It can be taken away by the state if you make a decision to infringe on the life, liberty, or property of another. Therefore, an emphasis on what? Human action. So, for example, when someone goes and shoots up a school or a church like Dylan Roof, he all of a sudden has violated the social contract and social compact of life, liberty, and property of another. Therefore, we absolutely have a moral right and prerogative. In fact, we have a moral obligation to say that he should not be able to live in free society alongside of us.
Absolutely agree.
Okay.
That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that we should still treat these humans with dignity, even when they are not allowed to be a part of society.
I mean, again, you're not going to convince me that Dylan Roof or the Unabomber are in some sort of vast need after they decided to take the life of innocent people. Is that the argument? They made a decision to take the life of another. At that point, the social contract has been violated, and we should, in fact, we have to use state power to take them out of the free and decent society.
I'm still not disagreeing with that. What I'm disagreeing with is how we use rhetoric in our thought patterns to view other humans, and we start to objectify them.
This is a good question.
Like
Okay.
going to, can I?
I
yeah.
understand where you're getting, but let me ask you a question.
Oh, can I just finish real quick?
Yeah, fine.
Just like Nietzsche, not
Nietzsche?
that I agree with everything. he
Nietzsche?
says. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really bad
Yeah,
with
it's
German.
okay. So which book are you quoting that you learned in your intro to philosophy
It's just the
101?
famous quote,
Yeah, Beyond Good and
Never-
Evil, you know, which one is it?
"Beware when fighting monsters, for you yourself become
Beyond
a
Good and
monster. When you gaze into the abyss gazes back." And I hear a lot of rhetoric of tribalism. I hear a lot of undignifying of humans and objectifying of humans because of the wrongs that they've committed, which is, yeah, like, I agree, they committed wrongs. And, like, how do we get beyond this tribalism, get beyond this undignifying of humans from what they do?
How about this? Stop committing crimes and start improving your own character and your conduct, and then all of a sudden, I think society will start to figure it out. I guess my question is this, which is, you're worried about thought patterns and speech patterns. We right now, in our country, have thousands of people that have committed first-degree murder. They decided to take the dignity and the life of another human being. Excuse me while I don't dedicate parts of my speech for people that decided to kill people in cold blood. Right? Let me put it more bluntly. People lose any sort of compassion from the state or society, or any sort of what you would consider to be the same freedom you enjoy when you start to take the life of another. Let me ask you just one final question about this, which is, you say we shouldn't dehumanize people. What happens when people stop to be human? Like Adolf Hitler. You think we should give him dignity?
I think we shouldn't stoop to the level we're trying to stop.
Okay. Well, let me finish one thing. I just want to highlight how incredibly dumb that statement was, because let me be very clear. The rule of law and the enforcement of it is a sword that needs to be used blindly, prudently, and with wisdom. But make no mistake, to say that, well, for example, we don't like people that take the life of another, therefore we should not take life of somebody else, it violates the American idea of justice, which is that you take the life and liberty of another, you're going to pay a price for that. And I encourage you to expand. We're going to get to the next question. Expand beyond Nietzsche, German guy that was right about some things and wrong about a lot, and maybe just read a little bit of Aristotle and Aquinas and Augustine, maybe a little Plato, then maybe you'll expand it a little bit. Thank you for your question. Thanks for being here tonight.